live and local with coverage you can count on. This is WNEM TV5 News at 6.
Another day of wild winter weather leads to dozens of crashes on mid-Michigan roadways. More snow and ice combined with the freezing cold made for some treacherous driving out there.
Take a look at this map. Each one of those dots represents an accident reported by Genesee County 911 this morning. We'll have much more on what the roads look like right now in just a minute.
But first, the cold Arctic air is keeping its grip on the region as wind chills dive well below zero.
Tonight, a wind chill advisory remains in effect, and the bitter cold is expected to last right through the weekend.
And for more, let's go to meteorologist Lauren Fahrenkrug in the First Warn 5 Weather Center. Lauren.
All right, well, we've had the very cold temperatures for several days now. Tonight, lows will fall below zero once again. We have some dangerously cold wind chill values in the forecast. Winds will be picking up. On top of that, tomorrow we are talking snow. So we'll go ahead and start you out with your First Warn 5 pinpoint Doppler radar at MBS in 3D. You've seen some sunshine throughout the Tri-Cities today, still very cold temperatures. We'll go ahead and zoom into Frankenmuth. If you're heading out this evening, again, we've had the mostly clear skies, but temperatures certainly very cold this evening. Be sure to bundle up. A wider view shows a relatively dry picture for us. A few lake effect snow showers out to the west. Again, we aren't going to be tracking snow until we go into tomorrow afternoon. So before then, we have the cold temperatures to talk about. We have the very low wind chill values as well, and the winds will be picking up. Let's check in with a couple of our spotters. Mike in Oscoda reporting 7 degrees this evening. Michael in Midland reporting 10 degrees and cold as well in Thomas Township. Jim and Jan sending in 12 degrees. So we do have these wind chill advisories to talk about for all of these counties shaded. That includes the Tri-Cities, the Thumb, along with the I-69 corridor. That goes into effect at 8 o'clock tonight. It will stay in effect until 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. We're talking wind chill values at 15 to 25 degrees below zero for tonight. That does include some very cold weather for the bus stop tomorrow morning. By the afternoon, we'll be in the mid-teens. Again, we do have some snow to talk about, so I will time it out coming up.
The snow and freezing temps caused a rash of crashes this morning. At one point, Genesee County 911 had at least 20 working crashes, most of them on the interstates. So it raises the question, where were MDOT's salt trucks? WNEM TV5's road warrior Andrew Keller caught up with MDOT this afternoon to find out what happened. He joins us live from the road with more. Andrew.
Yeah, I tell you what, right now we have smooth sailing on the roads because today with that sunshine that happened, crews were able to lay out some salt and clear up at least some of the main traveled roadways such as I-69, which is where we're at right now. We just crossed Hammerberg Road in the city of Flint. And, of course, you can see that it is, the roads are clear. Now, if you get off some of these primary roads and you hit the secondary roads, you will see a lot of snow cover on them. But take a look at this map right here. This is the map that you showed off the top of the show. It kind of looks like a dartboard if you ask me. And this is all the accidents that happened. We're talking just nearly 50 accidents between the hours of 6 a.m. and 11 a.m. just this morning. Of course, people, I'm sure they were very excited to have a better ride home than a better ride to work. We did talk to MDOT today, though, and, they talked about all of these accidents that happened on the roadways, and they explain a little bit more about their process and how it works.
Well, our crews are out in full force, and our efforts are on blading back the roadways and keeping them free and clear of ice and snow to the extent we can under the extreme conditions. So when salt is ineffective at these temperatures, we just need motorists to slow down, to drive with caution, and at a speed that is going to allow them to get to where they're going safely.
Yeah, and another thing to think about as you're out on the roads tonight, that sun, it allowed a lot of this snow to melt, but it is going to freeze, especially with temperatures like you just heard from Lauren. So make sure that if you're out, you're keeping an eye on, you're keeping a close eye for black ice, and just take your travel slowly and make sure you get to where you need to be safe. For now, live and local as a road warrior in Genesee County, I'm Andrew Keller. WNEM TV5.
All right, Andrew, and be sure to stay with TV5 on air online on your mobile device for continuing weather coverage. And we are waiting to find out when a man arrested for his alleged role in a Ponzi scheme that defrauded senior citizens will be extradited from Germany. 31-year-old Joel Wilson of Saginaw was arrested earlier this week. He faces 9 charges, including conducting a criminal enterprise. Investigators say Wilson used the Diversified Group Advisory Fund, a former investment company, to get money from investors in the Saginaw and Bay City areas.
The man accused of shooting at several vehicles along I-96 will take the stand in his own defense. 44-year-old Riley Castile will testify in the case on Monday. Castile faces terrorism charges in Livingston County. He also awaits sentencing in Oakland County after pleading no contest to similar charges. Police say Castile shot nearly 24 vehicles in the 4-county spree in 2012.
Flatheads, you've held the line for your country. Now hold your family. Dismissed.
It was a hero's homecoming today as some local soldiers returned from a 9-month tour of duty in Afghanistan. Family and friends welcomed home 153 Michigan National Guard members with hugs and kisses at a ceremony in Owasso. TV5's Gino Vici caught up with some of the returning guardsmen, including one who met his son for the very first time.
You know, I don't know how to describe it. So.
Zachary King, meet your baby boy, Jonathan.
The anxiety was excruciating, you know. Could hardly eat, could hardly sleep.
Today is the very first time Dad ever held his son.
It's pretty amazing. You're gone and you see the whole thing happen, and, you know, you get updates on how everything's going, and it took so long for us to get home, and it took a long time, and we're really excited to be here.
Nearly 9 months ago, the 144th Military Company was deployed to Afghanistan. During that time, King's son Jonathan was born. 9 months, thousands of miles away, a 20-hour flight. Now this special moment with his family has finally come.
And he made it definitely worth it. Definitely was worth it.
With some help from the Owasso School District, today was filled with special reunions. Sons waiting to see their fathers, and mothers waiting to see their daughters.
Let Mom get next to her.
Yes, Mom. Like Kim Lancaster, who admitted she was often scared for her daughter's safety.
Very nervous, very wondering if she was safe, wondering what was going on, but very excited and very proud.
And now for Rachel Crawford and the return of her fiancé, Jason Humphrey. She can finally continue those wedding plans, but first, a little bit of this.
It's really good to just be able to do this.
And for many soldiers and their families, it's time for a little R&R. And since that flight from Afghanistan was so long, they've had plenty of time to think about the things they'd like to do as soon as they get home.
First thing I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to play with my kids, probably drink a beer, and eat some real food. I'm starving, so that's what the plan is for tonight.
Reporting in Owasso, Gino Vici, WNEM TV5.
And a big thank you to all of them. Well, we are told of the 150 soldiers in the unit, 12 stayed in Afghanistan. Everyone else returned home safely. For more footage of the ceremony, just head to our website, WNEM.com.
Because they're the only game in town that they can basically do what they want to do when they want to do it.
A local father of 4 says his power has been out 3 times since Thanksgiving, and now after the latest outage, he's demanding answers from the power company. WNEM TV5's James Felton is asking the tough questions.
We've had continuous problems with the power here in Midland, and we don't get much answers, very many answers from Consumers Energy.
Brian Kinney is fed up. He says electricity has been a hard thing to come by lately.
We have no idea if we're going to lose power again tonight. We lost power last night for 4 hours. We lost power, and it was the same pole that they dealt with last night that we lost power from that they dealt with in November.
Kinney believes this utility pole near his home is the culprit. He says Consumers Energy isn't doing enough to fix it.
It just seems like we're not getting anywhere.
So we called a Consumers Energy representative to ask him the tough questions, to find out why the power isn't on all the time. What are you guys doing to keep the power on in this neighborhood?
The issues we're running into are not on that pole or on the overhead system there. It's on the underground system. We're falling short of providing the customers in that area the electric reliability that they should have. We understand their frustration.
That's company spokesman Terry Ditos. He tells me Consumers Energy is doing everything they can to fix the problem with the underground system.
We are aware of the repetitive outages going on in that area. Our engineers are aware of it. So they will be looking into setting the priorities, and the priorities go to these areas where we've seen repetitive outages.
But as far as Kinney goes, he says his neighborhood needs to be a top priority now.
They keep putting Band-Aids on things. and it's just not right for the people who are paying them money to get a good service.
Reporting in Midland, James Felton, WNEM TV 5.
And if you have a tough question you want us to investigate, just call 989-758-2044. Send us an email, WNEM@WNEM.com, or get a hold of us on Facebook. All right, this deep freeze is a blessing for Snowfest artists, but not for the admirers of their work.
Coming up, we will talk to people about how they're keeping warm in all these cold temperatures.
And a local charity gets a facelift from more than 75 volunteers, how they're helping out coming up.
And a gas leak sends local energy crews scrambling to locate the source. What they found next.
You're watching Mid-Michigan's #1 6 o'clock news, WNEM TV 5 News. Continuous news coverage you can count on.
County by county, beginning in Saginaw County, where energy crews were scrambling to find the source of a gas leak today. Residents and businesses from various parts of Saginaw Township reported smelling natural gas. It was eventually traced to a broken line near the intersection of State and Hemeter Streets in Saginaw Township. We're told by Consumers Energy that the leak was located and repaired this afternoon.
To Bay County now, where Bay City wants you to indulge. On February 8th, if you shop at a participating downtown business or restaurant and spend $5 or more, you'll get a candy bar made by St. Laurent Brothers in Bay City. And kind of like the Willy Wonka theme, when you unwrap it, you could win a prize, but even the guy who makes the candy doesn't know which bars are marked.
They put them in over at the downtown development so that nobody knows who won what, and nobody knows where it goes. And then the store has the option to put in their own drawing things too.
So what can you win? Well, the grand prize, a romantic 2-night weekend stay for two at the Doubletree Hotel and a $100 downtown gift certificate for dining and shopping. Again, the Indulge event happens Saturday, February 8th in downtown Bay City.
And to Genesee County, a local charity got a facelift today thanks to Home Depot volunteers. More than 75 volunteers helped renovate the Marines Taking Care of Kids facility in Flint at the UAW Hall between Hemphill and Atherton.
Well, one of our core values is giving back for Home Depot, and our focus right now is on veterans. And it's so hard to find a good facility to do in the wintertime. And when this place landed, it was just so awesome to be able to help a place that helps kids and its veterans too.
And if you want to help out, you can donate to the Marines Taking Care of Kids Fund. Just head to WNEM.com and then click on the Hot Links tab.
Well, coming up, we do have wind chill advisories to talk about. We have a very breezy day coming at us tomorrow. We were also tracking snow. I'll talk about that in your hour-by-hour forecast, and we'll take a look at your 7-day.
Live look right now over Little Bavaria in Frankenmuth, where a Mid-Michigan tradition is getting underway. The big crowds are expected this weekend when the sculptors show off their finished creations. But for right now, Snowfest is really about the artists.
It's almost like you're a mason for a couple days building a pyramid, but it's worth it. We use it as an excuse to come out and have fun. All the teams are really great. It's real camaraderie, giving each other tips and stuff, and just having a fun time playing. And once the crowds get here, it's fun to hear people, whoa, cool.
The artists say it's hard to stay out in the cold so long, but it definitely helps their sculptures keep their shape.
And it is not warming up anytime soon, so when you're out at Snowfest this weekend, you better bundle up. TV5's Colette Boyd caught up earlier today with some visitors who were dressed to chill.
When you come out to Zinder's Snowfest, the one thing you have to remember, you have to bundle up. The snow carvers behind me, they know what to do, but guess what? Little kids, they are always the one who have the best ideas. Take a listen.
By having snow pants and coats and boots and hat and gloves and scarves. I stay warm by gloves. I have 2 pairs of socks on and I have sweatshirts and 2 pairs of pants on right now and my snow pants and my coat. I got hand warmers. Me too. I got a hand warmers in my glove. Happy Ice Day from Season to you. We're glad it's Ice Day so we can be cold too.
And not just the kids, I am also making sure that I bundled up. I have my gloves. I even have little warmers inside my gloves and my boots. And don't forget snow pants. You really have to layer up if you're coming out. There's so much to do. Enjoy this year's Snowfest. Reporting from Zinder Snowfest, Colette Boyd. Back to you.
Thank you, Colette. That little girl song was too cute. Well, Snowfest runs through Monday. TV5 is a proud sponsor of the event. Be sure to catch us tomorrow night at 5:30, weather permitting, live from the TV5 Ice Desk.
Now, with coverage you can count on, this is your WNEM TV5 First Warn 5 forecast.
And we certainly are talking about this cold weather continuing for the next several days. We are going to see temperatures dip below zero tonight. Our wind chill values will be at 15 to 25 degrees below zero. Winds will be picking up, and on top of it all, we have some snow to track for tomorrow afternoon. So we'll go ahead and take you through everything step by step in just a moment. But first, this is your First Warn 5 pinpoint Doppler radar at MBS in 3D. We have seen some sunshine in the Tri-Cities today. Very cold temperatures. If you're in the Thumb, we did have some pockets of light snow showers for you, and now again you're looking mainly clear. Going into Gladwin, Houghton Lake, West Branch, you are very cold, many single digits for you outside, and there's your wider view. Lake effect snow showers on the west side of the state. Those aren't going to be impacting us, but again, we are talking about snow mainly for tomorrow afternoon. So we'll go ahead and take a live look outside over Saginaw. Temperatures already down to 10 degrees for us this evening. Winds out of the north-northwest, 12 miles per hour. These will be increasing a lot as we go into tonight. Wind chill values already down to 5 below zero. That was a beautiful shot too. 10 degrees for those of you in Bay City, and then finally, if you live in the Flint area, you are already down into the single digits. But again, overnight low temperatures falling below zero. Winds will be picking up, especially by tomorrow morning, and we do have wind chill advisories in effect. Again, wind chills will be between 15 and 25 degrees below zero. Wind chill advisories go into effect 8 o'clock tonight, run you through 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. This is for the Tri-Cities area, anywhere close to the I-69 corridor, and also into the Thumb. This is your First Warn 5 sky tracker. Again, a little earlier today, we did see some areas of some light snow showers. Otherwise, a few clouds, and certainly had the clear spots immediately out to our west. We're not going to be affected by those lake effect snow showers, but I do want to show you up to our northwest. This is our next weather maker. Again, we're talking about for tomorrow afternoon. So you'll notice the clouds. These will be increasing for tonight, and then we have the snow showers up in Canada. Those will be diving down toward us tomorrow as well. So this is what it looks like with your First Warn 5 hour-by-hour forecast. We'll start at 8 o'clock this evening. Again, we're looking at mostly clear skies for the first part of tonight. Heading into the overnight hours, this is 2 a.m. It also brings in a couple light snow showers, but I think most of you will stay dry tonight. You will notice that increase in cloud cover, especially as we go into tomorrow morning. This is 8 o'clock. Again, we have the winds increasing. You're going to be waking up to wind chill values at 15 to 25 degrees below zero. Into the afternoon hours, this is 2 p.m. Again, you can see that snow starting to drop in from the north and west. That will continue through your Friday evening, and then we'll go ahead and run this through Saturday morning. Again, expect some scattered snow showers to continue. We are looking at about 1 to 3 inches of snow. This is by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, and most of this will fall for tomorrow night. So during the day tomorrow, when the snow starts to move in, we'll see some lighter accumulations up to about 1/2 of an inch. But again, the bulk of this is going to fall as we go into tomorrow night. Winter weather advisories in effect. If you live in some of our northern counties or western counties, these will go into effect tomorrow morning, last you into Saturday morning. Again, we're talking about some snowfall. We're also talking about the breezy conditions, the cold conditions. Visibilities are going to be very poor as we go into tomorrow and into tomorrow night from the blowing snow. So this is what our First Warn 5 7-day forecast looks like. Again, snow moving in tomorrow afternoon. We'll see another chance into Saturday. Sunday, another chance of snow. Take a look by Monday. Temperatures back down into the single digits. 8 for Monday, 9 for Tuesday.
All new at 11, prepare to bundle up. If you think it's been cold so far, you'll be feeling the pain tomorrow morning.
As the winds pick up speed and the temperatures dip, it could affect your morning commute and even your child's school day. We will have the latest tonight.
And this year's bitter cold has led to a widespread shortage of propane and natural gas, but could there be a better way for you to heat your home without the rations?
You might think your witty tweets and social media musings are useless, but you could be wrong. How a Twitter account landed one man a book deal. Top stories in tomorrow's forecast in the first 10 minutes every night on TV5 News at 11.
And still ahead at 6, the Michigan State basketball team suffers another injury. The details coming up in sports.
Now, with coverage you can count on, you're watching Sports Extra.
Just when you thought the injury and illness concerns were starting to get better for the Michigan State basketball team, another player goes down. Brandon Dawson broke his hand when smacking a table in frustration while watching film today and will be out for the next 4 to 6 weeks. His injury just the latest of a long list for the Spartans this season.
When, Dr. Covan told me, how long I was going to be out, tears came to my eyes because, this team is really important to me, and, I love Michigan State, and I just, I want to be a part.
Now the 18-1 Spartans enter their most important game of the season thus far, facing rival Michigan in East Lansing on Saturday without Dawson and likely Adrian Payne as well. And now that matchup is assured to be a battle for first place in the Big Ten, with both being the only unbeaten teams in the conference. Wolverines got past 10th-ranked Iowa 75-67 last night, a huge win that moves the team to 6-0 in the Big Ten and is their second straight over a top 10 team. First time that's happened for the program since 1992.
It was a lot of fun. Like I said, they're a really good team, really versatile. But it was a great challenge for us, and I'm really happy with the way we played. We boxed out, played tough, and that's what happens.
Oh yeah, I know it's going to be a big game for us going into East Lansing, but hopefully we can come out with a win.
With today's sports headlines, I'm Evan Beach.
All right, we're talking about dangerously cold wind chill values once again tonight. 15 to 25 degrees below zero, so very dangerous at the bus stop tomorrow morning. We have snow moving in tomorrow afternoon. That will take you through tomorrow night and into Saturday as well. So the cold really continues even into next week.
All right, Lauren, thank you, and thanks for being with us.
We hope to see you tonight at 11. Have a good one.